Welcome to the Midweek Athletes Podcast.
The world's dumbest clap is back on the Midweek Athlete Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen,
the jingles. Let's go.
Welcome back to the Midweek Athlete Podcast.
And we back. Let's go.
Back again.
Midweek back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Shout out to Eminem, man. Shout out to Eminem.
Oh, man. Good, man. Way to start off the pod, Evan.
Way to start off the pod, man. Let's go.
How have you been doing?
Man, I've been good, man. So I told our technical audio guy this earlier, but, I think I'm in line for Best Supporting Actor Oscar.
Really?
Yeah. So, I made a little cameo appearance in the school play.
Did you?
Sure did.
What was the play and what was the part?
101 Dalmatians, and I was a dog catcher. So, I came in with the net.
Wait a minute. Like, how long did you just like run up there, net somebody child that's dressed up like a Dalmatian and run off? What are we doing?
So my role, basically at this point, Cruella got caught like with all the Dalmatians, right? So like the police officer came in and like they said their lines, and then I came in and was just like, "Do you need any help?" And like basically I was like, "Well, we don't want this good net to go to waste, do we?" And like I put the net over Cruella and like walked her off stage.
What?
Hey man, Best Supporting Actor. I need an Oscar. I need an Emmy. I need something so I can put on this table right here.
Wait a minute. So you went from a dog catcher to the cop.
Also, I have some of my students, my 8th grade girls in the live. They graduate tomorrow, so 8th grade girls, or really 8th grade. I'm gonna miss y'all. That's the only time I'm gonna say that on the pod. So you're lucky.
Congratulations, girls. Enjoy the next step going to high school, man.
Going to high school. So shout out to my 8th graders. Shout out to my 8th graders. So
yeah, man.
Let's get rolling, man. What you got?
I wanted to start off with the series that is probably like confusing to people right now, which is the Pacers and the Knicks. That series confuses me because the home team has won every game, and the Pacers do not look like the team that we like and we've come to know to love, at least in the Garden.
Yeah.
And because of that reason, Evan, is why I would like to tentatively place Tyrese Halliburton on the Enough is Enough list.
You know what? You go right ahead because I'm going to piggyback off you. So you go right ahead.
Tyrese, I said this last pod. I said, hey, man, you're supposed to be an all-NBA player. You were looking like the best point guard in the game for the first part of the season. You got injured. You bounced back, supposedly. We know why you came back, trying to get the bag. Nobody's mad at you for that. Get your Supermax.
Absolutely.
But with that being said, it's playoff time now. Playoff time, we hold superstars to a different level of accountability.
Preach.
And you want to be paid like a superstar, so you got to perform like a superstar. Playing at Madison Square Garden, the mecca of basketball, New York City, Spike Lee in the crowd, everybody
Tracy Morgan in the crowd.
Tracy Morgan, TNT covering the game.
KP, shout out Beaumont, Texas in the crowd.
Man,
everybody was
shout out to Beaumont, Texas,
409.
Man. And all these things are happening. This is where Reggie Miller made his mark as a Pacer. This is what his legacy is built on, being a Knick killer. And you, sir, have went out there and been hot garbage.
Hot garbacio.
In New York. Now, when you go back to Indiana, Tyrese, I'm confident I know what's about to happen. You, sir, are going to ball out in Game 6, and y'all going to beat the Knicks. Because the fact that this series isn't over with is an indictment on you as a superstar. Because they don't have Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, and now OG Anunoby. And you're still losing to Jalen Brunson, basically, and role players in DiVincenzo and Josh Hart. And this series 3-2 and you're down going back home, you should be up 3-2 going home to close them out.
You should be.
I, at this point, just don't know how to feel. I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I just tentatively want to put you on here and see how you perform over these next 2 games. You get to the conference finals. not on here anymore.
I think with Halliburton right now, it's. I mean, I 100% agree with everything you just said, because earlier in the pod when we first started, we had a debate between Tyrese Halliburton or Tyrese Maxey. Who's the best point guard in the East? Mm-hmm. And right now, the best point guard in the East is somebody we did not mention. It's Jalen Brunson. It's Jalen Brunson right now.
And it's not close.
5 or 6 40-point games within the playoffs.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, unreal. But back to Tyrese Halliburton. Last night, he had, 11 points, 6 assists on 9 shots.
Correct.
What kind of all-NBA player performance is that?
It's not.
Now, if Ev was sitting right here, he would be defending him to hell and back, right? Like, it's just a game, man. Like, no. Tyrese Halliburton. Respectfully, you'll probably be all-NBA third team. Maybe.
Yeah, because
of Shea. Steph. So, respectfully, probably all NBA third team, right? We still expect a high-level performance from you. What happened to the high 20-point, high assist games, right? Like 33 points and 17 assists. What happened to those, right? Now, all of a sudden in the playoffs, it's like you're choking.
That's what it seems like.
That's not cool, dude. That's not cool. You were too young to have this kind of reputation on you right now. So game 6. Game 6 in Indiana on your home court, you got to show out.
Must win.
You lose,
season over.
Everest, if he lose, I don't want to hear not a damn word about Tyrese Halliburton. Mm-hmm. Not until next year.
I agree.
I don't want to hear it. So I actually agree with that enough is enough list. Right now it's because Draymond kind of said it about the Knicks, but I actually kind of feel this way about the Pacers. Dare I say they're kind of fraud?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Look at what happened against Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Dame out, Giannis out.
Mm-hmm. And it still went 6. Right? Yeah, it still went 6. And that's a team that they demolished in the regular season.
Correct.
So really with everyone, with the exception of Pascal, really has no playoff experience, right?
I mean, Miles Turner.
Well, Miles Turner, and
that's it.
Probably TJ McConnell from the Sixers.
Oh, if you want to have that conversation, McConnell needs to get some more PT, and Nembhard needs to find his place on the bench.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Because that move Brunson put on him the other night, the in and out with the hezzy, and then went
nasty.
Left you standing there like looking around.
Those are the worst kind of crossovers. Those are the worst ones. And we got our guy in the building. Y'all know, I mean, y'all can't see him, but our guy Tremaine right here. Shout out Tremaine one time,
Tremaine in the building, man.
Tremaine, this is the only time I'm going to give you your flowers, bro, so you might as well appreciate this now.
Here we go.
Tremaine probably had one of the coldest handles I think I've seen.
Really?
No, I'm not even going to bullshit you. I'm not even going to bullshit you. Had a nice handle and would pick your pocket on the other end. So shout out to Tremaine, man.
Oh wow! All
shout
right,
out to Tremaine.
That's
the only time I'm giving you your flowers, dog. So that's
Coach Vaden giving flowers.
That's the only time. And he used to whoop Keith ass in 2K.
Oh well, do we need to talk about 2K when it comes with me and Tremaine against you and Keith, guys? Y'all don't want us to get into those conversations.
But time out. If we're gonna start this conversation, I held my own.
Oh, here we go. Throwing our boy under the bus. Hey, man.
Listen, I'm not throwing anybody under the bus. All I'm saying is, who was the one person like, man, you guard him, Evan?
Oh, here we go. We're not about to do this. We're not about to do this today. Keith, man, you want to pull up, sit down, we can rehash this a different day, man. We can talk it out.
We definitely can talk this out.
I just remember some legendary things happening. Speaking of legendary, with the Knicks and Pacers, Jalen Brunson, 40-piece.
Man,
how are we feeling
right now? If he doesn't get put into this Team USA for the summer, something's wrong. Something is wrong because I truthfully don't believe Kawhi's going to play.
No.
Who else?
Embiid.
I don't see Embiid playing either. So there's 2 spots that are open, and if Jalen Brunson don't get not one of them.
Especially if you give one to Drew Holiday.
Something's wrong.
Drew Holiday, Jalen Brunson. No disrespect to Drew, you a baller. But
no disrespect to Drew.
It's not a.
It's not
not a
even
thing.
close. Jalen Brunson deserves that.
I agree.
And secondly, I would think Kyrie deserves it too, but he's probably not gonna get it.
Oh, they're not gonna put Kyrie on Team USA.
He's not gonna get it.
They're not gonna do that.
So
No.
But I mean, shout out to Jalen Brunson, man. He's been like, you thought whenever Melo was on the Knicks, it was like, just like God, right? Like,
Right.
Like this is Carmelo. Now, obviously, Melo didn't really hold up to the playoff standard as much, but he did have some good playoff games.
Oh yeah.
Jalen Brunson, within his first year, right? His first year, right? Second year, getting ready to was one game away from the Eastern Conference Finals.
Mm-hmm.
Melo hasn't done that. I don't even think Melo's gotten out of the second round as a Knick.
Oh yeah, as a Knick, no.
So
No. It just happens,
Yeah.
man. But it happens. Also, transitioning to the next series, I actually wanted to touch on today desperately. What's going on with Minnesota, man?
Minnesota done blew 3 games. And all 3 games, the Joker done came alive and said, y'all think I'm bullshitting. Okay.
But go because there's somewhere we need to take this conversation.
Go right ahead.
Y'all need to bench Rudy Gobert. Like, I mean that. Like, start him, play him about a good 5, and then put Naz Reid in for the rest of the way. Like, he does not need to be on that court.
To Rudy's defense, Jokic is cooking Naz Reid and Cat too.
He's not cooking Cat like that.
Not
Cat if you look at the numbers.
He's still giving him the business though. But now, yes, it's unfair because like obviously you start Rudy on him, right? And by the time Cat or Naz Reid get on him, he's already 20 points in, 8
He's got
assists.
a rhythm already.
Yeah, he's already got a rhythm. So granted, I get that, but there's really let's face it, there's really no stopping that man.
But
there's no stopping him.
Can you at least hold him to less than 80% from the field? He was shooting 80% from the field after the third quarter.
Yeah, realistically, that would be like the goal, right? Like if I was a coach, I'd be like, hold Joker under 80%. Like it shouldn't be that hard, but when you look at his game, like he can do whatever the hell he wants to on the court. He can do whatever. And Rudy Gobert, who's a 4-time defensive player of the year, right?
Yeah, how's that
4-time?
looking right now?
That ain't looking good. At this point, you should have gave it to Wemby.
Should have gave it to Wemby.
Should have gave it to Wemby. So
because at least Wemby can score.
So right now there's really nothing that we can say about it. Jokic is just a bad man.
He is.
That's a bad man, and he is just. It's funny because whenever we recorded last time, we talked about how the T-Wolves are built like that Lakers team.
Yes.
And they have the size and stuff like that, and they actually came out in games 1 and 2 and showed, hey, Timberwolves, we're on notice.
Correct.
And they put the Nuggets on notice. Mm-hmm. Now, Nuggets as defending champs responded accordingly.
Right.
3 straight. So now, pun intended, the ball's back in the Timberwolves court. What are you going to do going into Game 6?
Game 6. Is it in their court though? Are they mentally checked out of this series at this point? I know Ant-Man's not.
I was about to say, I think Ant-Man is the only one that's not. And I think, truthfully, if Mike Conley would have played
Game
last
5.
night, I wouldn't say they would have won, but it would have been a lot closer.
Yeah.
It would have been a lot closer because now you're asking Jaden McDaniels to score more. You're asking Nickeil Alexander to score more, which that's really not their game. Their job soulfully is the both of them need to shut down Jamal Murray.
Correct.
That's the only thing they need to worry about is Jamal Murray, contain him. But now you're asking them to do both.
Correct.
And they're not the kind of players that do both.
Not for a whole entire
stretch.
Yeah,
no, at least not for a whole game. So if Mike Conley can play Game 6, I would say Minnesota can win that one.
But Game 7 would be back in Denver.
And then Game 7 will be back in Denver.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
So
it
they would
be
play
Saturday or Sunday night.
Yeah, I was about to say Saturday or Sunday night. That's a tough ask, but I said Timberwolves in 7, so I'm sticking with Timberwolves in 7.
Okay. Well, yeah, we kind of all right.
So,
I'm not mad at you. Next series. What about OKC and Dallas? Because we're recording this on Wednesday night, And the Mavericks and OKC game is on right now, so we don't know what's happening as far as game 5 goes.
Tech and audio guy or Tremaine, can one of y'all pull up the score to that game while we doing this? So we can, yeah. But I think right now that series is probably the most interesting.
Yeah.
Because respectfully, they're kind of evenly matched.
They are.
So, it's hard to really pinpoint, who's gonna, make that push to win this game, or really whoever's gonna make this push to win this series, because
correct.
Right now Luka's really playing on one leg.
He is.
Kyrie is giving you
some weird games, man.
Some real weird
really
games
weird
right now.
games.
79-67 Mavs.
So
okay,
12.
so end of the third. All right, well, I mean, if it looks like Mavs are probably going to close this out, but I can't say that too softly, because OKC made that comeback in the last game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, what are your thoughts with it?
This series is just exposing the only real weakness on this OKC team, which is honestly age and rebounding. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. If they could just rebound the ball, they would probably be up 3-1 right now, to be perfectly honest. But, it kind of just is what it is. They're a young team. Shea has been amazing. Chet has been really good.
Chet's been really good, too. I've been shocked about that one.
I've been kind of disappointed in Jalen Williams. I kind of been disappointed how he been playing.
Fair. That's fair.
The rest of the team is doing their part. Isaiah, Joe, all those guys, they're doing their part, man. Lou Dort is working his butt off on Luka. Boy, he's trying out there. But OKC's just young, and they look like the younger team on the court. Like, physically, you look younger than your opponent.
But mentally, they go
mentally, they're in it.
Yeah, I would say mentally, they go out there and kick your ass.
This is just at a certain point, it becomes a game of will more than a game of skill, which basketball is a game of skill. But this is more will at this point. I want this ball more than you do.
Yeah, and the Mavs don't seem like they want that they want it as much, right?
Okay, see the Mavericks.
The Mavs.
Oh, really? Like, as far as getting gritty?
Yes, as far as getting gritty, because if you take Game 4, they were up, I'll say 10 going into the fourth quarter.
Correct.
How do you lose that, right? Like you're at home.
Yeah.
You have a 10-point lead going into the fourth. OKC just starts making a crazy run, right? Then it comes down to the free throw line. Luka, you got to knock these 2 free throws in. Missed the first one.
Kyrie even missed some free throws in that game.
Kyrie missing some. So it's like who really wants it more? Then OKC come down there. I want to say it was SGA came down there
in the midi
and got the midi.
Yeah. Chet hit 2 big threes. Jalen Williams hit a big 3.
They wanted more. So I wouldn't be surprised if OKC wins the series. I personally would pick Dallas just because I think they have a little bit more experience. But I mean, right now, as far as mentality, OKC is showing you that they want it more.
Correct. I agree with. I can agree with that. They want it more, but I just think Dallas just is bigger, stronger, has more experience and a little bit more skill. Yeah. Because it's SGA versus Kyrie and Luka. Right. So it's he's kind of going in with one hand tied behind his back, but he's been doing this thing this entire playoffs.
No, he has. I mean, unpopular opinion, which you probably might agree with me. He probably should have won MVP.
Oh, I agree 100%.
He probably should have won MVP.
100%. We don't need to run down the case. Y'all know, youngest team in the league, number one seed, coach of the year, got them to what? I could be wrong about this. What, 60 wins? Yeah, 60 wins. No, 58.
Or 58. So somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
Like how is that not MVP? That screams MVP to me. Like I don't know. Which, no disrespect to Joker. I mean, obviously Joker had a really good year, but if you look at SGA and what he's done for that team,
it's a hard thing tonight.
It is
to not put him up there. Do you even want to waste our time with this Boston and Cleveland series?
Well, no, because Boston just advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals, so
there's no need to even recap it.
Donovan Mitchell wasn't playing. Karis LeVert wasn't playing.
Nope.
Jared Allen wasn't playing. Probably half of their damn team wasn't playing. So if Boston didn't win this game, then we'd have a serious problem.
Cleveland was missing 3 starters tonight.
We would have a serious problem if Boston didn't win.
I mean,
really, Boston, good job. You got to Eastern Conference Finals. You were supposed to.
You're
basically.
going to make it to the NBA Finals. You're going to beat Indiana or New York. Like, we'll revisit y'all when the NBA Finals start.
We'll revisit that in a minute.
But LeBron was courtside at that Cleveland game.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like there's any truth to people trying to push the narrative he's going back to Cleveland?
No, but I think a lot of people are pushing the narrative that he's trying to recruit Donovan
Mitchell. Yeah. I don't think they can make that work. Like, if you're Cleveland, why would you make that trade?
Well, he's a free agent this summer.
No, he still got one more year.
He has one more year. Okay,
Yeah.
well, apparently Lakers already have their offer ready for Donovan Mitchell. Lakers, Nets, and Heat already got their offers ready.
If I'm on the other side of this, like I am the Cavaliers and I want to trade Donovan Mitchell, correct? I'm not gonna trade him to the Lakers. What you gonna give me back that I can really build with?
Nothing.
I'm not gonna trade you to Miami because again, what are you gonna give me back that I can really fight
unless
with?
Tyler Hero's in that trade, then no.
No, and you definitely not gonna give me Bam, so that doesn't help anything.
Nope.
And then that would leave Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the best spot to send him to from an organization perspective.
It would, but it looks like Brooklyn's trying to blow that up too. So really, like you would just be sending him there for pennies on the dollar at that point.
Would you though, or could you pull a coup like the Rockets did? Get a pick that's kind of down the road, nobody really worried about it, and then you look up and it turns into the number 3 pick in the draft.
I mean, you could. Which I mean, you just segued right into it. So
That was smooth, wasn't it?
what? I mean, yeah. Well, I got you. Yeah, I got you. So NBA draft, Rockets got the number 3 pick. What do you personally think that they should do with that pick? Because there's really probably only about 2 options that you really can do with that. Truthfully.
Yeah. I mean, you could do a little bit more depending on what's there. This isn't like a really exciting draft.
It's not.
That's the problem.
There's really not one player that
If-
there's not a Zion. There's not a
not a Wemby. Nobody like that.
There's not a consensus number 1 pick.
Well, it is, but it's that Alex Sarr.
But nobody really
knows who
him.
he
Yeah,
is.
like no one knows who he is.
No.
Right? So but what I mean by like consensus is like
That's the guy.
that like we know for damn sure that that's the guy that's going number 1.
Like last year with Wemby.
With Wemby. Like if Wemby went number 2, then all hell would have broke loose.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
but
yeah.
like
Oh,
we
yeah.
know
That's the guy.
that's the guy. There's not that in this draft.
Now, what I think the Rockets could do to answer your question, you can either take, in my opinion, right? They've been saying we should take Reed Shepherd. I hate
Nope.
that. I hate that. Give
Nope.
me the other guy for the SEC. Give me Dalton Connect. If we're going to take a guy, we need somebody on the wing that can get buckets, and he would be a perfect fit. But if you want to go big game hunting, Houston, you know what you need to do? Go see the Clippers. Let's work that sign and trade for Paul George. Let's bring him to the age. Pair him up with Al P, Jalen Green,
All right.
Fred, Dylan
I never
Brooks.
heard that one. Okay, interesting.
Let's go try to work that sign and trade. Y'all want to get a little bit younger. Y'all probably feel like y'all made a mistake signing Kawhi to that 3-year extension.
Stupid.
Paul George could walk for nothing, so let us give you the number 3 pick. Y'all sign him. Y'all take the initial cap hit, send him to us, and we just go cut it even.
I like that. So my 2 options is kind of like what you said. Package that and try to go after a star. Like, right? So I didn't think about the Paul George one. That's actually kind of a good idea. My only thing is like his contract going into next
gonna
year
be bloated.
is going to be loaded.
Yeah.
So if you hypothetically, if we add Paul George to the Rockets, we still have Sengun in that rookie deal. We still have Jalen in that rookie deal. Freddie just signed 3 last year for 3.
It was 4.
Or
4 for like 100.
Yeah. So okay. So let's just say 4 for 100, right?
Yeah.
And then we got Dylan Brooks 4 for 80. We got Steven Adams,
Yep.
right? Like, I mean that payroll is going to be massive.
You
So
could get off of Dylan Brooks in that trade. Dylan Brooks in the 3rd pick.
yeah. I mean, you could, I guess.
You don't need him because we got Thompson, so you really don't need him as much.
Yeah,
as
that's right. And then we got Thompson and Ken Whitmore. So
Tari coming back.
So this is what I'm thinking. You package the third pick. You put in a guy like Tari Eason.
Mm-hmm.
You put in a guy probably like Dylan Brooks.
For money, it had to be him or Fred.
And then you go after a guy like a Mikal Bridges. Like you send that to the Nets, right? Ooh. Or my other option, which I've been talking to, some of the summer camp Rockets coaches that I'm in a group chat with. They said that, draft the big man from UConn.
Clinging.
Which is not a bad idea, which I like it, but then when you think about it, you have Sengun, you have Adams, then you're going to draft this kid, right?
Yeah.
Like there's not really room for development there, and that shows if you draft him and keep him, that's basically saying that Jalen's going to be your guy.
Yeah.
So
yeah, oh yeah, he would
I don't know personally how I would feel about that. So I think the Rockets' only option for this is to trade this pick, package it with like a Paul George, like you said, or Mikal Bridges, whatever's out there, whatever sticks, and then go from there.
I have another one for you.
What's up?
Ooh, you might not like this one. Let's go get Kevin Durant. Let's go get KD. He fits perfectly with what the Rockets need.
So you're saying the Rockets need to package this number 3 overall pick.
Tari Eason,
Dylan Brooks, the number 3 pick, and I don't know. Let's just whoever else you want to throw in there.
Anybody but Cam Whitmore
for Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Y'all let us know in the chat if that's if that is even somewhat possible. I mean, if the Rockets pulled off any one of those scenarios, Paul George, Mikal Bridges, or Kevin Durant.
Think the city been on fire with the teams getting better, the Texans getting better, the Rockets getting better, the Astros guys we're praying for the Astros.
And speaking of the goddamn Astros, hold on.
Oh boy, I knew it was coming.
We talked about Blanco in the last episode.
We did.
Lighten them boys up.
And then what happened?
This man got suspended 10 games.
Yep.
So you know what the narrative is now, that we back to our cheating ways.
Yep. Do you see how quickly that happened?
Thanks, Blanco. Appreciate it.
And we're not winning, so it's not like we got anything to fight with right now.
Now people going to think we cheating again. Oh, well, not even think. Clearly we are.
We are.
So
we are. Like there's no way around it. And it's sad because I feel like we're going to waste the rest of Tuve's career, and then we're going to end up losing Bregman or Tucker.
Yep.
One out of the two. And so we're about to blow this thing up.
Which even with a bad season, Kyle Tucker MVP candidate right now. He's the MLB leader in home runs right now.
We're going to blow this thing up. It's okay. It's okay. Well, it's coming. We had a run.
Well, you know what? Back, before 2017, them tickets were dirt cheap, and you could buy nosebleeds and walk right on down to the first base.
What was it, like $2 Tuesdays and like $3 Wednesdays?
It's not Rockets. Astros, please don't let it get back to that point. Please.
But
do whatever you got to do.
You know who has come back from the depths of the dead that we got to show love to in the city because they putting on for the city? It's the Texans.
Texans doing good.
The NFL schedule came out today, right? Mm-hmm. The Houston Texans, have the third most primetime games in the NFL with 4. Tied with a couple other teams, but 4 primetime games for a team that just had the number 2 overall pick. The city is coming up. The city's electric. Daniil Hunter, welcome to the team. Mm-hmm. You're from Houston, so it's not even welcome to the city. It's just welcome back home.
Welcome home, man.
Stephon Diggs, welcome to the city.
Right. Welcome to the city, but please act right. Please.
We believe in you. You ain't got to worry about that. We're going to get you the ball, big dog. You ain't got to worry about it. C.J. Stroud, Will Anderson, Derek Stingley. We got a squad, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I looked at the schedule that came out for the Texans.
All right.
Week 1. We start off on the road. We go into Indianapolis to play the Colts.
Ass whooping.
We going to get them, right? Bears at Texans, Sunday Night Football, Week 2. I think we're going to get that dub. I think we start off 2-0.
2-0.
Week 3 at the Vikings, another dub. Week 4, Jaguars at home. I think we'll lose at home. We always lose to them at home, right? So that's 1 loss. Bills at the Texans. Stephon Diggs revenge game. I think he goes crazy and we win that game. It'll
Probably
be a shootout. At the Patriots, win. At Packers, I think we lose that one on the road.
Okay.
Home for
love.
Home for the Colts again. I think we'll end up splitting with them. And then we go to the Jets, right? And then I think we'll beat the Jets. We get the Lions at home. We might lose that one. And then the game I wanted to stop and talk about, because this one is for the city. Monday Night Football, November 18th.
That. Yeah.
Texans, Cowboys in Dallas.
That's going to be the game.
That's the game right there.
That's going to be the game right there.
So what do you think about the Texans this year?
Texans, man, they are shooting for the stars right now. Like, this is like championship or bust for the city right now.
It is.
I can't remember a time where we've had this much star power.
Not all in different aspects of the city. Yeah, not like this.
Like, the best year that the Texans had was that year when they went to like what like 11-0, like 12-0, like started off real hot, and then lost to the Packers because I remember watching that on TV, and then it just kind of went downhill from there.
Because we went to Philly and lost when we could have had the 1 seed. Yeah, that was
so
bad.
that was probably the best year. But now, I mean, expectations is if they don't win the AFC South, something's wrong.
Yeah.
If they don't clinch at least the number 1 or 2 seed, something's wrong, which is kind of hard to say because you still got 15 in Kansas City. You still got 8 in Baltimore. So
Omar.
I mean, at least get a top 3, right?
Yeah.
Like at least.
Right.
So I'm excited for the Texans. I'm excited for what they're going to bring to the city. I hope that they don't lay a goose egg. Please do not lay a goose egg. But I think they are primed and ready to go. I mean, you got C.J. Stroud, second year. I mean, first year he probably had the greatest rookie season ever. Arguably. As a quarterback. Yeah, correct. So, I mean, this is the Texans' year.
Do you think that this is a must-win against the Cowboys? Do you feel like I want to ask you that?
Absolutely, yes.
If we just
hate
crash
the Cowboys,
out, we got to beat them.
That's like for me whenever I coach my kids at school. I don't care if we lose every game. We do not lose to Ambrose. We do not know. That's the only team we do not lose to. So in regards to the Texans and Cowboys, they no. Do not lose to them Cowboys. Okay. Because the moment that hypothetically, if the Cowboys beat the Texans, it's gonna be, we're going to the Super Bowl, right?
You know
we're going
it's
to the
coming.
Super Bowl.
I know it's coming.
I hate it. I can never be a Cowboys fan ever. Ever. Can't do it.
I have the last point that I have about the Texans is we, the city of Houston, we get a Christmas Day game here in the H, man. It's going to be lit. The city going to be electric. And we get Baltimore coming to Houston on Christmas Day.
That would be a good one, too.
Streaming on Netflix, guys.
Streaming on Netflix, yeah.
Pay your Netflix bills specifically for Christmas, man. I know how it works. You get the free trial right before the holidays. Then everybody come through, y'all watching, and then as soon as everybody leave, you turn that off.
Turn it off.
I know how it is.
Yeah. So, man, Christmas Day game.
Yeah.
That's gonna be dope.
Nuts.
If we can try to get to that one, I would love to get to that.
Oh,
one.
Evan, I looked into the tickets. You don't want to know how much it is.
Yeah. I mean,
you don't want to know.
Listen. Last Texans game I went to, I sat up high, baby, high. So
you can touch the ceiling.
Boy, what I was touching the goddamn cement. I was like, hey. I was sitting up high, baby. So
Now we gotta do better. We don't want to take the game. We can't be that out.
Hey man, listen, you get in where you fit in. I'm just saying.
I agree.
I'm just saying. I was like, God damn the sky up there. Like,
oh my God. All right. Because the sky is the limit, boy. The sky is the limit, right? God damn.
Oh my God.
Scott. Speaking of skies being the limit.
Okay.
Caitlin Clark made her WNBA debut last night.
Made it last night.
What are your thoughts?
Well, the thoughts is whenever we talked about her in previous episodes, we didn't think that she I wouldn't say wouldn't I guess adapt to the WNBA, but we knew that we tried to tell her.
Diana Taurasi tried to say it, but they killed her.
Taurasi and I've listened. A bunch of us have tried to say like this is not college. Like you're not just gonna come in here and just start cooking.
Yeah.
It don't work like that. I mean, granted, she had 20 points, but the number that sticks out is the 10 turnovers.
That's a record.
Right? That's a record.
Tied.
Now, Caitlin Clark is a generational talent. She's going to adjust, but I mean, right now, because I think they play tomorrow, so really tomorrow's going to be probably one of her breakout games.
She'll probably go off tomorrow. And they were playing a really good team. Connecticut is a good team.
Connecticut is real good. Connecticut is actually really good. So for Caitlin, I mean, the 10 turnovers are alarming. I think she'll adjust. I think she's good enough to, have that demand and be able to be the point guard and stuff, but she's going to have to learn the WNBA game. Correct. She's like this is not Iowa. Correct. Like where all eyes are on her still regardless, but this isn't where like this is your show. Right. Like this is the WNBA now. Like you're getting paid to do this. Correct. So you're going to have to learn the I don't know. I mean, she's in a good spot. Right. So, yeah.
It's fine. I mean, she did all right. I don't really have any critiques or anything. Well, no, that's not true. I don't really have any feelings towards it because she is a rookie making her debut, and she still did score 20 points. The efficiency wasn't very good, but that's going to happen. The turnovers, those will come down as the game slows down, and she kind of learns her teammates more because she just got done playing in a national championship
game.
No,
I was thinking about that when I was watching the game. I was like, damn, I could have swore March Madness just ended.
It did.
So hypothetically, it ended, April, right? Like early April.
Yeah, early April.
We're in May.
Yeah.
And it's like she done went through the draft process and everything and like already playing her first WNBA game. That's wild. And I think she's going to play Team USA this summer.
Yeah. I mean, she'll be fine.
She'll be fine. She'll be fine.
I do think one thing that we need to highlight as supporters of the WNBA and women's
sports.
Shout
out to WNBA.
I don't know if the powers that be did this. I don't know if it was a league thing, but it was a great spectacle to see. It was electric. The building was rocking. But y'all should have had that game on ESPN. That game did not belong to ESPN2, and they deserved better than what those ladies were to get. It was great. 2.2 million views is amazing. But if you put it on ESPN, you're looking at maybe 4 or 5 million.
Easy.
Like, and they also missed an opportunity tonight, speaking of the other, not polarizing player, but the big name coming out of the draft, Angel Reese. Her debut with Chicago was not on national television tonight. I feel like that also was a missed opportunity on whoever is in charge of that spot. So when you do see the WNBA on these bigger networks, guys, ABC, ESPN,
we
whatever.
We got to tune in.
Got to let them know that people are watching and that we do love the product that the ladies are putting out there in the court. And in many ways, the women's game is becoming more exciting than the men's, especially on the college basketball scene for sure. And the W is only going to keep expanding. So ladies, keep balling, keep doing your thing. But get these ladies on national TV more. They deserve it.
Good point, man. Good point. Shout out WNBA.
For sure.
Shout out to WNBA. Before we bring this in, there was something I wanted to ask you because I want to go back to the draft. There's a big name in there that a lot of people are talking about, but a lot of people aren't.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to get your thoughts on this one. So Bronny James in the draft. Do you think it would be a mistake for the Lakers to use their second round pick? I mean, the draft combine is going on. He just had a really good game.
40
so
and
other
a half
teams,
on the vert.
So other teams may be interested, which I'll get to that part in just a second. But let's just say hypothetically, Lakers have the chance to get him in the second round.
Right.
Do you think that would be a mistake?
No, not in the second round. The
Okay.
second round is just you just take people that you feel like, okay, they have potential, they have promise. It's not really like you don't expect much of
Right.
them. You know, Draymond was a second round pick. You know what I mean?
Jokic was second round. Yeah.
Jokic second round drafted during what was it, a Taco Bell commercial?
The
Like,
disrespect.
The
And that man's a 3-time MVP.
he taking out on all
Champ.
y'all now.
Finals MVP. Oh, yeah. He kicking ass now.
Yeah, you got
Kicking
guys like
ass.
Dennis Rodman was drafted late in the draft. Like you never know, you might find a diamond in the rough. But Lakers, don't do it. Bronny, please go back to college. Please, like you don't have to go into the draft, dog.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
You making money in college. You wasn't able to really practice how you wanted your freshman year because of your heart condition. Go back, get you a full off season, a full year in college. You'll come out being a for sure lottery pick. Your dad's gonna opt out of his deal in LA, probably re-sign on a 1-and-1. So then next year we'll be right back here with the same situation. There's no need for you to rush it, man. No need.
There's no need for you to rush that. I mean, again, I actually agree with you. I think he should experience his draft combine and then either go back to USC or hell, just hit the transfer portal.
Go
Transfer
anywhere.
portal.
Any school will take you.
Anybody is going to take Bronny James. Anybody. Hell,
Anybody.
if you wanted to come to U of H, you want to
go
on
get
down.
better? Go to Arkansas with Coach Cal.
That'd be oh my God. Fayetteville would be oh my God.
If you want to get
Fayetteville
better,
would be
if
wild.
you really want to
Yes.
get better and work on your game, that man will get you right and get you to the league. His track record with guards is impeccable.
Is impeccable. Yeah, seriously. So I get that. I guess the reason I asked you that is because, obviously there's a lot of hype around him, right? Not to the hype of like, he's going to be like number one pick or whatever, but like
Yeah.
there's hype around him.
Correct.
Because the part two that I was going to ask is, let's say another team, the Spurs or whatever, decide to draft him.
Correct.
LeBron has been on note saying that I want to play with my son. So let's just say like if another team drafts Bronny, is Bron gonna say deuce, I'm out? Like,
Not gonna happen.
you don't think so?
It's not gonna happen. If he doesn't,
Thank you, Tech and Audio
If he
guy.
doesn't,
I think he would too.
if Bronny James gets drafted by the Milwaukee Bucks, I promise you, LeBron James will not be a Milwaukee
LeBron
because what you're
wants to play with his son.
it
though.
doesn't matter because
LeBron's not gonna wait another year to.
Wait
do
a
that.
minute. You know why it doesn't matter? Because his wife ain't moving to Milwaukee, dog. She not moving to Portland. She not moving to Oklahoma City. She not moving to New Orleans. She's just not gonna. San Antonio. She's not gonna do it. She's not. Let Bronny get drafted by one of these teams that's not in a major market or like a bigger city. I promise y'all, LeBron James ain't coming. I promise you, Savannah James is not gonna let that happen. I promise you.
What if it was Cleveland?
Did you see her on the sideline?
What if it was Cleveland?
Did you see her on the sideline of that game?
I'm well aware. Yes,
I know
did.
why you wear a hat like that. One, it's a fashion statement, and that hat was fire. That hat was fire. Oh man.
Okay.
That hat was nice. But you also do it
to hide that face.
But she didn't want to be in Cleveland. That woman has went from Cleveland to Miami. You think she wanted to go back to Cleveland? No, that was his one he got. All right, I'll go back with you, baby. Now you done took me to L.A.
I ain't going
and we
nowhere.
we gonna go back here? Bro, that's not gonna happen, dog.
I'm not going nowhere. That's
She is not finna do that.
No, I agree, man. Well,
Evan,
listen.
Look, with Sam let you do that.
What?
You done took her from Cleveland to Miami, back to Cleveland, and then from Cleveland to L.A., and then tell her, baby, we need to go back to Cleveland?
Baby,
Sam, let us know in the comments.
Baby, if you still in alive, I wouldn't do that to you. I know. I'm sorry. You're right. I apologize.
You didn't even do it. You apologize.
I'm just go ahead and apologize now, just in case. Hey, man. Hey, listen. That's all the marriage advice that I've been getting is, hey, apologize even when you know you're not wrong. I'm like, all right. Just go ahead and apologize. Anyway, before I just get too deep into this marriage advice, we appreciate y'all sticking in for this episode. We appreciate y'all sticking in for another episode, man. hopefully my boy Wes and Everest will bring their wall decor so we can really.
I will
turn
have
this
it
place
next
out.
week, guys. I promise y'all the wall decor for me will be here next week.
I'm
promise
probably
you.
I'm probably gonna have to get a couple more. We'll see. We'll see. But appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Another episode down.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to my guy Wes.
Yes, Lord.
Shout out to our tech and audio guy Willie, who's actually who's not asleep behind the camera today.
Correct.
So,
He's wide awake. He even had commentary.
Yep, he's wide awake. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate it. We're at 95 subscribers.
We there,
we
man.
need 5 more to make the hundo. So please make it happen. Share it to a friend. Let's get to 100. And yeah, I mean, you got anything?
I don't really have much, man. Just everybody out there, stay safe. Keep living your lives. Keep drinking your water. And man, just enjoy the ride that we on right now. 2024 is crazy, and enjoy the rest of the playoffs.
Enjoy the rest of the playoffs. We'll see y'all next week. I'm Evan.
Wes.
We out. Peace.